Okay, so the very first one, going from gallons per minute to liters per hour. This is a rate. Let's go with gallons to liters first. 1 gallon has 3.79 liters. I'll give you half a mark for that showing up already. Right? You cancel the gallons. And we wanted an hour, so I'm going to go 1 hour has 60 minutes. And so you cancel out the minutes. I'll give you another half mark, provided, of course, you have a final answer. Okay? So if you show me the work, you get the 1 mark. This ends up being 11,370 liters per hour. So just 1 mark for that. If you want to write down the answer to go from meters per second to miles per hour, this is miles per hour, not meters per hour, guys. Just remember that. This would be 161.06 mph. So if you want to do that at your own leisure, you go for it. So this is not worth 2, this is just worth 1 because I canceled out the 1 question there. So keep going. Which is better and by how much? We want our answer to be in dollars per kilograms. So we're going to start with this offer here, $32.40 for 20 pounds. Now some students take the 20 pounds and convert it somewhere else. It's up to you how you want to do it. I'm going to just do it all together. So I'm going to go with 1 kilogram has 2.2 pounds. Okay, so the pounds cancel out. If you multiply the tops, you get, give me 1 second here. Didn't show that in between work. Show your work, Mr. Dixon. Don't just go to the answer. 71.28 divided by 20, right? 20 kgs. And if you divide that, you get 3.56 per kilogram. Okay, so if you have this, you get a mark for the unit price for that first offer. And then for the second offer, it's already in dollars and it's already in kilograms. So we just have to divide that, and then we get 1067 per kilogram. Here you get a mark for that as well. So 1 mark and 1 mark, and then you give me a little statement here. So you would say 20 pounds is better by, you subtract those, it's by 7.11 per kilogram. Okay, so this little statement where you tell me which one is better, you could have gone A, B if you wanted to, if you labeled it. I don't care. Just be sure to tell me. So 3 marks for that question. For question A. B, how much in kilograms of pork ribs could you purchase with $50? Use the best deal in A. So whatever you determine to be the best deal. So this is where I'm going to have to check your work, right? If you made a mistake, that's fine. Over here, for me, the best deal is this. So I would go $3.56 for 1 kilogram. And so I have $50. I'm going to buy X number of kilograms. So you cross multiply and divide. So it's 50 times 1 divided by 3.56. That's 14.04 kilograms. And of course, this is what's going to determine your answer, right? So if you use the 1067, I would just go look at your work, and I would give you a full mark today. I'm not going to, I would check, if I mark a test or a quiz, I would actually calculate and make sure that you get the same. But if you did the work, I usually go step check, meaning this is not the number that you're supposed to have, but based on your previous work, this is good. You get the mark for it. Okay, so 1 mark for that. Can you buy partial kilograms of meat? you actually can, right? They weigh it, you pay what you get. Yeah. More than 2 decimals? That's fine with anything except for money. Money, it's you take off half a mark if you need to round to 2 decimals with money. Other than that, I don't care. You can do more than 2. That's acceptable as long as you round correctly. 2 is minimum. Okay. Okay, 1 mark for that. Next, a canceled B. So let's see here. We have a cylindrical. So a lot of you did this, right? That's good. If you need a visual, do it. A potter made a pot with a radius of 5 inches. So we know that this is 5 and this is 23. That's all inches. He plans to make a replica. It's like a copy. So this is the OG, right? And this one will have a radius of 1.5. So it's bigger. That's feet, right? This was in inches. So this will be 1.5 feet. This is all in inches. Okay, so this is the new. I would use terminology of new and original here if I were you. What's the scale factor? We're going to compare these ones. So the scale factor is new over original every time. Okay, so scale factor, the new has a radius of 1.5, and I'm going to match it with this the 5 inches here. I can't have that. I'm going to convert this. 1 foot has 12 inches. Cancel, 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 cancel. 1.5 times 12 is 18. 5 times 1 is just 5. And if you stop there, you're fine. Okay, that is good enough. If you did turn it into a decimal, that would be 3.6, right? So 18 over 5, 3.6 or 360% are all acceptable answers for this question. So I will do this. I'll give you 1 mark for you putting the numbers in the right place. So having the 1.5 and the 5, that's important. If you didn't put it in that order, you lose a mark. I will give you another mark for canceling out units, like doing the conversions and getting some sort of answer thereafter. So you could still score 1 out of 2 if you did the work of canceling units after that. So that's 2 marks for that. So this page, we've got 1 and 3, that is 4, 5, 6, 7. There you go. Makes your morning probably, right? Anyways, 7 there, 7, so put a mark out of 7. Okay, next we have a blueprint. Blueprint, what are we using here? What did I tell you to use? Diagram, actual, if it's a blueprint? I think so. So have those keywords down. And so we've got a length and a width of the blueprint, of the diagram. So this is diagram, okay? I'll make sure I indicate that. This is my scale. Notice this about the scale. No units, do you notice that? Easy, easy to turn that into a scale factor. You don't even have to do any conversions. It's right there, just use it as is. Find the dimensions. This means length and width. And if it would be a cylinder, you would want the radius, you would want the height, right? You want all the dimensions that make that shape, okay? In this case, length and width of the actual room in feet. So let's do one at a time. I'll do length. I'm starting with this every time. I'm telling you, diagram actual, every time. So my scale factor, the diagram is 9.8 inches. And I'm going to figure out the length of the actual. Okay? You cross multiply and divide. So that's 9.8 times 70 divided by 3. That would be 228.66, and it keeps going. And what are we in? we're gonna be in inches, okay? If you get it to here, you get 1 mark already. If you got it to inches, you already get 1 mark. Then we'll give you half a mark for turning it into feet. So 1 foot has 12 inches, cancel, cancel, and so that would give you 19.06 feet. You get a half a mark for converting. Even if you got your answer wrong in inches, I'll give you half a mark for converting, even if you got this number wrong, okay? I still give you half a mark for this step right here. Next, the width, same thing, 370, diagram over actual. The diagram is 7.5. This is the width of the actual room. Cross, multiply, and divide. Please show me the work. If you want full marks. If you don't care about full marks, you do you, okay? 175 inches exactly. You get a mark for that. I'll give you half a mark for turning that into feet. And that'll be 14.58 feet. So that's half a mark there. So 1 for converting both of them into, right, using the scale factor, and then you get half a mark for each of them if you convert. So that's where your 3 marks come from. I'm not going to argue with you if you say 1.5 out of 3, if you give yourself 2 out of 3. I'm not going to argue. I would like you to identify the mistake, circle it, make a little note, I made a mistake here. That's what I'm after, okay? Okay, so now we're talking carpet. Carpet costs $23 a square foot. Determine the cost of installing the carpet in the living room. So we're going to use the area of the floor is going to be, now that I have those numbers, it's going to be this times this. And that gives me 277.89 something square feet. This question is going to be worth 2, by the way. Let's make that out of 2. So what are we assuming can we buy this in? We can only buy 1 square foot at a time, correct? So the cost would be 270 what? 78. 278. You need to buy that extra little bit to make it a whole number. Whole quantity. Whole quantities, right? And then you multiply that by the cost. And it doesn't say taxes, so you know what? You can just ignore it. That would be $6,394 dollars. So I will give you I'll give you half a mark for the area, and I don't care if you made a mistake in A. I don't care. If I see those 2 numbers being multiplied, you get this half mark. You get half a mark for making sure you understand that you need to round to a whole number. So whatever number you get, it needs to be rounded. And then a full mark for the final cost. So this back page is worth 5. So, going to the front, yeah. So you get 1.5 out of 2 if you forgot to round. Still fair, right? 1.5 out of 2. So 5 and 7, that would be 12 total, right? So we go to the front, name and last name on there. Cross off the 14, just make it out of 12.